much I could do about it. Maybe the God out there would bless me. Maybe I'd be cursed. But I didn't feel like I had that much I could personally do to change it. Well, in Unity, I was empowered. I learned that the real power of this world lies within me. The power to be happy, the power to be peaceful, the power to be healthy, the power to be prosperous, the power to be enlightened, the power to be awake, the power to be present, the power to be. You know, it's as simple as that, the power to be. I learned that just the way I am, I'm valuable, I'm worthwhile, I have meaning, all the stuff that Arlene was saying in her meditation, that I'm a daughter of the Most High, entitled to heir to a kingdom and entitled to my divine inheritance. This was all news to me. But I loved it, right? I learned to embrace the truth that Jesus taught when he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I'm the resurrection and the life. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I am the light of the world, and that I am is me. Are you getting it? This was exciting and life-transforming. You know, I'm more than just of the earth. I'm more than just that speck of dust, coming from the dust and returning to the dust. I learned in truth that I am the stuff of God. Does it give you God bumps? Mm-hmm. Didn't me. Well, there's nothing more exciting and fulfilling to me than to witness other people learning the very same thing. You know, I met with Cherie Fisher earlier this week. We meet every month to talk about how things are going down at Unity of Radiant Light. She gave me permission to share this. And I had asked her, how's it going? It's a little over 2 years since she's been doing that ministry. And she said, you know, BJ, 2 years ago I had a group of maybe about 20 people who knew nothing at all about Unity. And now I look out in their faces and they are Unity true students. And she says it's an amazing thing to see the transformation in people's lives. It's what we talk about in this church. You know, how many of you have made a 180-degree turnaround in your life because of these principles? I know I have. You know, we talk about this transformation, and it's through the principles, folks. It's not through what I'm going to say on a Sunday morning. No one's necessarily going to be transformed this morning. I can't say absolutely, right? Because we've got to go back to Myrtle Fillmore, E.B. Weeks. I'm a child of God, therefore I do not inherit sickness. And it was like, that was like the icing on the cake. But I have to say, before that, she had spent years studying, right? She had spent years searching and seeking and trying to discern and to understand these principles. Hi, sweetie pie. That's Jonas. I knew it. Happy birthday, Jonas. And I tell you, it's ones like that, it's the little ones like that drive me in this ministry to bring these principles to people younger and younger and younger. You know, I started to wake up in my 30s to understand, you know, and I absolutely believe that we come in awake, we come in enlightened, and we fall asleep. So what would happen if we had centers and groups and classes and churches where children never have to fall asleep, never need to forget who and what they truly are? So this is what drives me in ministry, to create this experience that Cherie was sharing with as many people as possible. You know, I'm a great admirer of the Unity minister named Richard Billings. He's a Unity minister in the greater Chicago area, and I had the opportunity to visit his church. It's just a church of 300. He easily could have had a mega church of thousands during his career, but what he chose instead was to train spiritual giants, was to create leadership in the Unity movement. When I went to visit him, he had 17 licensed Unity teachers in his church of 300. He had seated 7 successful churches in the greater Chicago area. He was about sending the message out. He had his base, but it wasn't about glorification to him. It was about sending, it's like the good news. What does gospel mean? Anybody know? Good news. It's the good news. We've been doing that here too. You know, I'm proud that even as we're not even a full status church, we're an expansion group, yet we've seeded one church. In Providence, Rhode Island, we are supporting and encouraging the creation of the Spanish ministry within our own program. I have discussions going on with somebody who wants to pioneer out in North County. Listen up, people from Fitchburg, Leominster, Lunenburg, Gardner. I'm all for it. Now, breathe. You know, one of the things that happened with Richard, he said, you know, my board would get so upset every time I seated a church because about 50 people would leave and go to that church. Well, guess what happened? 100 more came in. There is no lack in the universe. We should have a church in South County, North County, down in Framingham, right? Look at the Episcopal Church. They have one in every town. So there is no lack or limit. You know, Unity used to have this 50-mile rule. Can you believe it? Where a Unity church could not be built within 50 miles of another Unity church. Thank God we outgrew that. That is no longer a rule. Yeah, I could go on and on and on about my vision of ministry. You know, my dream is to have a 7-day-a-week, 24-hour-a-day spiritual center. I want to get rid of the word church. With lots and lots of classes and services and groups and activities. You know, my ideal of a Unity church, Unity Center, is this place called Unity Temple on the Plaza in Kansas City. You know, it can seat 1,000 people. I don't need that. But what I love about it is open and thriving every hour of the day. You go in that building and the rooms are filled with all these different activities. They have a Buddhist center. They have a vegetarian restaurant. They put on one of the biggest series of speakers in the city. They're a hot spot in that metropolitan area. It's incredible. It's incredible. People go to Unity. They have a thriving bookstore. It's happening. Well, did you know that Worcester's the second largest city in New England? You know, we have 11 colleges and universities in this area. We could be the New Thought Center of New England. How does that sound? Yeah. Unity on the River wants to be too, so we'll be it together. You know, I want it to be the place where everybody wants to go to learn and live the truth principles and to change and transform their lives. Just a little vision, right? Again. But I love that song. But you can imagine there are no impossibilities to God. I want to see in my lifetime the Unity Church of Central Mass go from just this little weekend church focusing on Sunday services to a thriving, full-status, incorporated, established Unity Center offering a variety of everything that's going to live long beyond you and me. Good! How are we doing? I know I'm way over. So then, what is the vision of the Unity Church of Central Mass? I got to say this. Well, we share the same vision as the Greater Unity Movement. What do we say every Sunday? Centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all. To me, that means we get to establish heaven on earth, the kingdom of God right here and right now, that we do not have to wait to die to go to paradise. And everyone gets to enter into the Garden of Eden. No one is left out. This means everyone gets to do exactly what they love to do, to follow their gifts, their talents, their passions, to express their divine purpose. That Unity is not just another place of obligation and work, a place of shoulds and musts, a place instead where you come to be spiritually nourished, to be filled to overflowing. It means that what we develop out there is a simultaneous, right?